Look at the color of my smiley. Do you notice that it's changing all the time, making the drawing look extremely lively? Let's see how we did this, starting with understanding a little bit more about color in Turtle. We have in fact seen this before. We know that in Turtle, color is represented by three values, which are the RGB values for the given color. Now, thankfully, we really do not have to memorize any of this because this website here lists all the colors that we have and we can call them with name. Now, by contrast, in Scratch, we had color represented as three numbers, which were color, saturation, brightness. Now, this is another format of color. There are many formats available. But in this particular context, this format comes in quite handy because if you think about it, if I want to change only the color, now I can hold the saturation and brightness like at one place. For example, here I'm holding it 100. If I change color to say 0 to 20 to 40 to 60, you can see that the color here is changing. You can in fact do more experiments here. But the point that I'm trying to make is that if I want to change the color, it's in fact easier for me to deal with the color saturation brightness format than the RGB format. But remember, Turtle understands only RGB. Thankfully for us, there's a module called colorsys which can help us convert between these two. So this is what we are going to use. We are going to use this colorsys module to convert between HSV and RGB. Now, one thing to remember is that unlike Scratch, where the numbers for 0 to 100, colorsys expects values between 0 and 1. Now, this is not a problem. It's just, the normalization is different. So what are we going to do? Well, we are going to introduce a new input to the draw smiley function called color. And obviously, when we call draw smiley, we must have this input. And we are going to, as you can imagine, update this input in the animate drawing. Now, what we will do is that we will convert this, from we'll treat this as the color of the color saturation brightness, and we'll convert that to RGB using the colorsys module. Let's see how this gets done. It's in fact quite interesting. So here I have a code where my turtle is only yellow. What I'm going to do first thing is that I'm going to just make, I'm going to import this module called colorsys. Okay, I'm going to import colorsys. Now, like I said, I'm going to introduce a new input to the function called draw smiley. Now over here, instead of filling color always with yellow, I'm going to say t.fill color. Now again, like I said, we need to provide the RGB values, but thankfully for us, the color sys, I'm going to say color sys dot HSV underscore 2 underscore RGB. And what do I want to give as inputs here? Well, I want to give input as the color that I'm getting, and I'm holding the saturation and brightness at 1 and 1, which is equal to saying that they are both 100 in Scratch. Now that's really all I need to do, because I'm going to I'm going to control this color from here. So I'm going to create one more variable here called color. Let's say we'll make it 0.1 to start with. I need to also add this as a global variable because I'm going to change this here. And now I can add one more statement, here, and say color equals to color plus 0.1. Now 0.1 is arbitrary. It's just to make sure that it changes. And when I call this function with color, now really that's all I need to do. When I run this code, notice the color starts to change. Now, so the amazing bit is that even though I'm continuously increasing the color, the color value, it goes more than one, but this function here takes care of those things, so we don't have to do anything else. Notice, pretty interesting, pretty powerful way of animating, and looks really beautiful. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye.